the keys are to the glory days at the stick. From who's got it better than us to brick by brick. It's always the 49ers way, from off-season to game day. Yeah, we talk back. It's the 49ers cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time, and we're going to be coming at you with a interesting quote from Kyle Shanahan, because guess what? It's Shanahan versus Florio.
Yeah. Shanahan versus Florio, guys. All right, look, folks.
That's a lot of looks.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, now we're fine. Look, folks, I got the quote here for you. All right, interesting quote from the mouth of Kyle Shanahan, which means you know it's true because it came literally from his vocal cords. There definitely is a way that you're saying about Trey for him to start. I'm not trying to give Mike Florio some big headline that he makes an annoying statement out of. You'll love to see that. But hell yeah, there is. I think that it would be really hard, though. Jimmy is a really good QB. So, look, at the end of the day, you heard it from Shanahan himself.
Right.
There's a path. There's a path for Trey to start. And, of course, there's a path for Trey to start. You drafted him 3rd overall. You're not going to not create an opportunity for your 3rd overall pick to become the starting quarterback. It's just honesty coming out of Shanahan's mouth. Not Mike Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan's mouth. There's a path. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Jimmy's a hell of a quarterback, which means Jimmy's the front runner. Trey's going to have an opportunity. And I don't think really any of us believe that he's going to be able to come out of this. But there is a chance for him to carve out a role in this offense.
I think you're getting a glimpse, too, of what Kyle Shanahan thinks about the media. You know, the fact that they're keeping everything so tight-lipped is for a reason, because they know that every single word that they say is going to be blown out of proportion, because they don't give anything to these media types. When something is said, it's completely broken down, it's overanalyzed, and then it's used in a either positive or negative way, usually the negative way, to distort the relationship between Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, or to start some sort of a rivalry between Jimmy Garoppolo and the front office or coaching staff, or to even think that there's a reason Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance can't coexist. I think all of those things are narratives that are trying to get pushed because everyone is so upset that they were wrong about Mac Jones. And that is what Kyle Shanahan is kind of alluding to here, is no matter what I say is going to be used in a big headline. You know, oh, Trey Lance can definitely start over Jimmy Garoppolo. Of course he can. But if he says it, then it becomes reality. So he has to really just, pay attention to what he says, and that's what he's alluding to here. So I think he's just showing what he thinks of the media. Bill Walsh had a disdain for the media, and I think Kyle Shanahan is figuring out, especially in the Bay Area, that you have to be careful what you say, because these guys are going to take what you say and twist it to manipulate it to a narrative that works for them, because they like nothing more than to see misery, because misery creates controversy and controversy creates cash, and that's what they're looking for, is clicks and cash.
Yeah, it's getting a little ridiculous. I mean, he can't say about anyone on his roster, to me, like, no, they have no chance at starting.
Yeah, why would he?
That'd be silly to say coming into training camp
100%.
About anybody, let alone a guy like Alex said you just picked 3rd in the draft. Like, so, I mean, every position's a competition every year, and I know that's kind of a cliche with coaches, but it's true. It's just the fact that generally the guy you had start there last year, if he's back, is the starter again and wins. But Trey Lance is probably not going to start, but had Kyle said that, then it looks like he's just handing the job to Jimmy, and you're going to get Grant Cohn and what's his name from the Sacramento Bee, Barrows and all those guys. Oh, he didn't even give him a chance, and Jimmy this and Jimmy that. And
yeah.
So he just said, look, he's got a chance, but Jimmy's really good. It's going to be hard. To me, that was 100% truth, what he said.
It wasn't wrong.
And
isn't it what you want Trey Lance to think that he has an opportunity to start too? Because you want him to come out and play the best that he possibly can
and push Jimmy.
And what's the worst thing that happens? He actually gets the job.
And
that would be.
You're not going to hurt Garoppolo's feelings with your statement. Garoppolo's a big boy. He's been in the NFL for like 8 years. He understands the business.
Yep.
He understands that Trey Lance is here to take his job. So he knows all that. He knows, and Shanahan went out of his way to compliment Jimmy during this, so I don't think his feelings are going to be hurt. But it's really irritating about the media because they put him in a situation where no matter what he says, they're going to try and pull something negative out of it.
They're gonna twist it. I mean, the headlines for all of these articles after this comment is Trey Lance has a path to start. No crap, guys. My God, Captain Obvious. I appreciate it, Sherlock Holmes. You guys get paid for that. That's incredible.
Don't all 90 guys that are going to be on the roster have a path to start?
Everyone has a path to start. Everyone has a path to make the roster. Everyone has a chance to get on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the whole aspect of a sport and a depth chart, is you're placed in a position and you can work your way out of the position you're currently in to the number one slot on that roster for that position. I mean, it's a terrible environment to set up if you've already, before anything has ever started, if you've already gone out of your way to set the roster before you've even come into training camp. That's ridiculous. And you know what, in all honesty, Kittle said it best. Because Kittle's comments on this whole situation were the comments that needed to be stated, which were, my starting quarterback isn't my starting quarterback if he doesn't want competition.
Yeah.
Ipso facto. I mean, that's not a direct quote, but it's pretty much what he said. My starting quarterback wants competition, and if he didn't want competition, he wouldn't be my starting quarterback. That's how this whole team is looking at it. That's how Kittle's looking at it, and in all honesty, that's how they should be looking at it. That breeds an environment, a healthy environment, competitive environment, and self-competitiveness within the organization where you're supporting each other, but you're also trying to get better because the guy who improves and the guy who shows out is the guy who's starting.
Yeah, so I mean, we know right now that number one, Kyle Shanahan is just nervous about anything he has to say because of the way the media handles it. That's number one. Number two is that, you know what? Anyone can start on this team. I think that's what we've gotten there. And could it be Trey Lance? Absolutely, it could be. But I don't think that Kyle Shanahan believes that was going to happen day one. And that is what he's trying to illustrate without irritating, the fan base and giving the media something that they can go off the rails with.
They're going to go off the rails with it no matter what.
Not to mention, week one, the other team has to do some preparing for Trey Lance. If you don't,
agreed.
If you put it out there right now
that he's not starting,
then they don't.
How long do you think it is before they name a starting quarterback?
They play 3 preseason games this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll name it at the second, barring Lance actually having a shot at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking if it goes as I think we all expect, and Jimmy taking it. I think they name it at the second preseason game.
I'll say at the end of the second preseason game. After they've played it going into the third one, they'll announce their starter.
I think we'll have a pretty good idea of who plays in that third preseason game. If Jimmy doesn't play at all, then we're going to know what's going on. He's a starting quarterback, or Trey Lance, whatever happens there. I think it is going to be a battle. I think that both these guys are going to push each other. It's all going to come down to how much of the offense can Trey Lance pick up.
Yeah, it really is. Look, folks.
And what that offense looks like. Maybe a future episode for that.
Maybe there's one coming up. I don't know. And if you want to find out, maybe you should hit that subscribe button right this minute. Hit that notification bell.
Check out the Cutback.
You definitely should do that. And hit that notification bell. That way you're notified when and if that video goes up. Who knows? Maybe it's definitely coming up.
It's definitely happening.
It's coming,
yeah.
And don't forget to comment down below. Let us know what you think as well about this topic. What do you think about this whole comment Shanahan made? Do you agree with it? Is this just basics? Doesn't surprise you at all? Or is this absolutely shocking? Does this signal that Trey Lance is the guy in San Francisco? We want to hear from you. Let us know about it down below.
Yeah, what do you guys think about the fact that Kyle Shanahan has to tiptoe around these comments? Is that fair to Kyle Shanahan? Is that just how the media is? I want to know what people think about this. And I also want to, like you said, can Trey Lance actually start? That's going to be a big topic of conversation that we're going to have a lot of time to talk about. So we don't have to talk about it anymore on this episode. But it's I'm sure it's coming.
But I don't want to talk about it.
It's true. 49ers fans, make sure you tune in. We got a lot of great topics this week. And until those next ones, you stay safe.
Remember the right way.
It's always the 49ers way.